love to be beside the sea. It's where we're free to express ourselves. And it's shaped our lives through thousands of years of trade, migration, and war.
Rottingdean, popular with day trippers, now had celebrity status. A boon for Volk and his electric railway. And now, exposed by the tide, is what I've come to see. Ian Gledhill has written a history of Volk's eccentric railway.
Ian, this is completely mad.
It is unbelievable, isn't it, that there should be a railway along the beach like this? Track ran on these concrete blocks. This is one set of tracks, and there was another set a little further over.
Hang on. I can see its line running all the way along here.
4 rails. There were 2 rails on here and 2 rails over there, 18 feet between the two. I think the widest track gauge of any railway ever built.
It stretched for 3 miles towards Brighton. The track was underwater at high tide. So what sort of train could run on it?
This is a model made by Magnus Volk in 1893. The final one looked somewhat different from that, but that was his first idea of it.
Isn't that wonderful? It must have been an extraordinary sight.
Well, it was absolutely enormous. It stood on legs 24 feet high. The deck was 50 feet long. On the top there was a cabin that could carry sort of 30 passengers in comfort with stained glass windows, chandeliers.
I mean, can I just ask the simple question?
Yes.
It operated by electricity.
Yes.
It's going underwater. How did it work?
Well, it was an overhead wire mounted on posts alongside the track, and current came through the motor, and then the return was through the rails. So that meant at high tide it was through the sea itself. But there wasn't a health and safety executive in those days. I don't know what they'd have said about it if he'd proposed it now.
And this is the only footage of Volk's creation, the Daddy Longlegs, as it came to be known, at high tide. But the Daddy Longlegs was created as an extension to a railway Volk was already operating in Brighton. This is him, on the footplate, on its opening day. Over 125 years later, it's still running along the seafront of Brighton. I'm curious to know about Volk the man. His granddaughter, Jill Cross, remembers him from the 1920s.
He was a very